Hey friends, it's Chris McKenna from Protect Young Eyes, and it's this week's Tech News and Trends for March 20th, 2024. This is where we as an organization, we go out and find a bunch of news and we boil it down to the things that we think are most important for families and caregivers who are trying to create a safer digital space for their kids. Now, we share this type of news in a number of different ways. We share it in this video, which you can subscribe to here on YouTube. We share it in social media in our stories, where you can also get it in that form. And then about every 3 weeks, we put together something called the download. This, what I think is a really great newsletter that you can get via email. You can subscribe to that by clicking on the link that's down in the notes anytime. You can also just text the word protect to the number 66866. So with that, here we go for this week. Number one, I want to point your attention toward an article that was published in The Atlantic, written by Jonathan Haidt, titled End the Phone-Based Childhood. Now, I've spoken with John about these issues a number of times, and I'm honored to collaborate with him as he brings his book, The Anxious Generation, to market. That's what was the basis for this article. Now, The Anxious Generation is going to be released next Tuesday on March 26th, and in it, you're going to read about 4 new norms for childhood. Number one, phone-free schools. Number two, no social media until age 16. Number three, no smartphones until high school. And number four, let's bring back the play-based childhood, right? Skin knees, stub toes, all those things that we remember when we were growing up. And we agree 1,000%. We've been saying similar things for almost 9 years. I want you to really go and pre-order John's book, and you do that wherever you buy books, all right? Second, I want to highlight a trip that I took, a day trip. I flew to Phoenix, Arizona, and back on Monday. It was a big day, but I did it so I could go and testify in the Senate Finance and Commerce Committee there in Phoenix in support of House Bill 2661. This is the Child Device Protection Bill, and this is legislation that I co-wrote with NCOSE, the National Center on Sexual Exploitation, with their law center. And this is the same bill that was just passed into law in Utah. It's also progressing in Alabama and 4 or so other states, and it's doing really well in Arizona. I'm happy to report that I was there to testify. Peter Gentala from the Law Center at NCOSE, he also testified. And the bill passed 4-3 in the committee and now goes to the full Senate. Now, just to summarize real quick, this bill is common sense because there's 3 things that's true about all of our smart devices. Number one, they know where you are. Number two, they know your birthday from your Apple ID or your Gmail account. And number three, there's a filter on it. We're simply saying that when a device is activated and it has an account attached from a minor, then simply enable the existing filter. That's it. What could be easier? Right? Automatic protection. We shouldn't have to hunt for protection. We should have to hunt for exploitation, but it's the other way around. And this bill helps to fix that. Third, I want to mention to parents something about Roblox. Now, at least here in America, Roblox is a really, really popular game and app and website. And it's more than just a game. What parents always have to remember is that Roblox is millions of games and it's hundreds of millions of people all the time. And they just added AI to its game creation studio. Now, this is good, but it could also be bad. The way that it's good is because kids can code and create games in Roblox, and this AI is going to help them do it better. The problem with that is that now Roblox games are going to be created really quickly, and I suspect that moderation of those games is going to fall behind. Now, we get asked all the time, Chris, what's the right age for Roblox? Here's what I would say. It's a complicated answer, but here's what I would say. Number one, whenever your child is ready to interact with people who they don't know, then Roblox is fine because that's going to happen. Whenever they're ready to be in a space where 33% of the users are over age 16, then they're ready for Roblox. And whenever their brain is ready for a fun but really addictive digital space, then they're maybe ready for Roblox. Friends, just be careful. I want you to test it and play it first. So you can go to protectyoungeyes.com, go to the app section, and you can read all about Roblox in our app review. Fourth here, I want to talk about Spotify. Now, almost everybody watching this is going to know what Spotify is, right? Streaming music. We've written about it. It's more than just that, and that's what's going on now. It is adding short form video content like YouTube Shorts, and this is just going to add to things that we already know. For example, it has a lot of explicit podcasts, and it has really bad parental controls. So we answer a lot of streaming music questions from parents just like you because we know that kids love their music, right? So for what it's worth, my middle school boys, I have three middle school boys, they have enjoyed an Alexa device plus Amazon Music's parental controls for a few years now. And it's been a great right tech at the right time device for our slow tech McKenna home. Now, we do have a full streaming music guide that you can check out in the notes, also at protectyoungeyes.com. Just type streaming music into the search. You can also read about Spotify in the app section of our site. And then finally, I want to re-emphasize the importance of the Wired article from last week that shared the horrific abuse of young, mostly teen, vulnerable girls who were baited into violent, evil, and at times suicidal acts, all for the amusement of teen and adult men. The three apps most used for the identification and abuse of these girls were Roblox, Discord, and Telegram. All of these apps can be reviewed in more detail at protectyoungeyes.com. So there you go. That's the news for this week. While our federal Congress here in the US is really slow and not getting much done, we are focusing our effort at the state level. You sense that today. You're going to hear more and more of that. I would love for you to get involved. If you want to, just send us a note through the website. In the meantime, there you go. That's the news you need in order to create a safer digital space for your kids. Until next time, take care.